Alright guys, let me go over this. So, as you may or may not know, Segwit2x has been cancelled or postponed. They're saying postponed, but it looks like cancelled for now. And most of the websites have covered it already. But where it came from was this email from mike@bitgo.com. Before we read it, you can see here the people that have signed it off: Mike, Jan Wood, Jeff Garzak, Peter Smith, all these people that were the biggest pushers for 2x. Basically what they're saying is, we're not trying to be the bad guys. We just believe in Bitcoin. We wanted to help it scale. That's why we're pushing for 2x in the first place. If you didn't know already, Segwit2x was part of a two-step agreement. Segwit was the first part of that agreement, which got pushed through to segregated witness. And 2x was the second part of the New York agreement, which a lot of people were saying either they signed the agreement with the intention to not support it, or whatever they decided at that point in time. So we have Segwit now, which wallets are still implementing for. But the interesting part of this, basically saying it's going to be, well, for me anyway, they're saying it's postponed. And this was the time that it was sent out. So that was roughly 5 p.m. UTC. I'm in Sydney. Well, I'm in Australia. So for us, we're 11 hours ahead of UTC time. So that comes up to about, if we go back and look at this, this is a screenshot from our trading bot. And what happened here was, at around 6 p.m. we had a API invalid, or 6 a.m. we had API invalid. You can see that at 4:48 we sold a position of Bitcoin at $7,649. About an hour later, and this time, by the way, this time right here at 7,600, that UTC time, that's 4 p.m. UTC. At 5 a.m. our time, it's 4 p.m. UTC. So what happened when that announcement came out about 4 p.m. UTC is we spiked all the way up here to 7,899. And this is just the pricing. This is just the pricing thing. But what the interesting part is, right here. About an hour after the announcement, or not even an hour after the announcement came out, you got an API invalid, whereas obviously it's not invalid. The API key hasn't changed. But what this means is that the Bittrex API server got flooded. Like, it most likely got flooded before this point, but this is where it got to the point of saturation where it could no longer keep up. So everyone's bots, everyone that was using an API to trade through Coinigy or TradingView or through a bot or through any API system was locked out for a certain period of time. I don't know how long they were locked out for, because our bot just turns it off and pauses it, and just so you don't get spammed with API key invalid for every 10 seconds. But the timing of this adds up to say like there was either a prior plan, or Dragons managed to have a plan, enact their plan as soon as this news came out. So that's 4 p.m. Australian time. Sorry, that's this is 4 p.m. UTC. 5 a.m. Australian is 4 p.m. UTC the prior day. Time zones are confusing. But an hour before, 1 hour before this happened, 1 hour before this email came out, it's 5 p.m. 20 minutes before, well, was it 18 minutes? 18 minutes before this announcement, this happened. So it was obviously planned. They someone somewhere obviously knew what was happening, and they completely smashed the API key system, which means either they deliberately flooded it so that other people couldn't trade at the time, or they just had that many API calls going into it to make money off of this movement. That they crashed the servers. Like this is $1,000 drop in less than an hour. Just the timings. The timings tell it all. This the original email. It's just posted on our website. You guys can find it. You can Google just Segwit2x email. You'll see the time. Change it to Sydney time. 20 minutes before. Shut down. So it was already planned. 18 minutes before, they had already started hammering the servers, causing this bit of a pump here, causing this part. Then the news comes out, bang. They already knew. And that's not even looking at margin. But we could even go and have a look at what the margin time. I wonder. I haven't checked this yet. Don't know, but time is 14. Yeah. So if this is UTC, right there, see the time down the bottom. You guys can go check this yourselves. I'll post the links in Discord. But right there, where all those longs closed. This is long side and this is shorts. So the longs closed here, and the shorts got a bit bigger there, even larger, so you can see all the way through. And this is price. This line in the middle is the price of Bitcoin. So just before that announcement, just before, all the longs closed. Wonder why? I wonder why. So when you think about these markets even deeper than just looking at charts and looking at price action, looking at what China is saying, what other people are saying, there's also another level to it. It's inside the system, inside of Bitcoin, inside of cryptocurrency. There's lots of opportunities to be had being in this space, being active in this space. And the biggest if we scroll back further in the long and short positions, this massive spike here, this was Bitcoin Cash. Go on and get rid of doing all that stuff. This massive short position increase, August 1st. See there. August 1st, they all closed. That's Bitcoin Cash. So what happened with Bitcoin Cash? You could short you could buy a Bitcoin and short your Bitcoin, and then you would have way more Bitcoin. So you would have way more Bitcoin in your balance. So you would get a lot more Bitcoin Cash because of how short worked. Because to short Bitcoin, you have to borrow Bitcoin on your Bitcoin in order to short. So because you borrowed it, you owned it, and you get way more Bitcoin Cash. This wasn't as big of an event because I think it happened very quickly, and they weren't as prepared, but they were prepared enough to be able to smash through. I don't know if it happened on any other servers, but they were able to smash through Bitfinex API, which, I mean, historically, if you guys have been using APIs for Bittrex, usually doesn't go down. Usually their API system is quite solid, usually pretty good. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. You can see how dragons think, what dragons do. You can see after the fact. Seeing it beforehand, that's the hardest part. But seeing after the fact and just being aware of these things and what, like, these things happening, you can ride on the coattails of these. Like something very basic, I won't go into detail, but something very basic of this happening was Bittrex was announcing the rebrand of Neo. It was at 4,400 Satoshi, 44,000 Satoshis at the time. And after they rebranded it, it doubled in price overnight. So like, you just watch announcements, watch what people are saying, bunch announcements of even delists. You could, if you can get like the early an early indicator on a coin being delisted, you can get rid of it, or you can pump it up, or there's lots of different things you can do. If you can get early information, or not even early information, if you can just see it before the market does, before the market has a chance to react, if you can see that happen, you can take advantage of it. More so than just trading chart patterns or breakouts or whatever. You can guarantee money. Thanks for listening.